CNBC TV 18 Weekender.
Hello guys and welcome to the CNBC TV 18 Weekender. Our guest today is a truly global Indian who's worked across continents, and at the young age of 31 he started his own firm and has since then struck many multi-million-dollar deals. He created history when he was elected the first Indian to be the president of the prestigious Harvard Business School. The founder of Xander Group, is our guest on this edition of The Weekender. Thank you so much for joining us on The Weekender, Sid. Very nice to have you.
It's my pleasure.
We're at Bengaluru. Tell us more about this place. I saw PVR here. I saw some fine dining restaurants, different cuisines. What is the USP of this place? We believe this is a community-centric retail space you're trying to create.
Well, it's a microcosm of the city of Bengaluru, and it's in Whitefield, so it's also a microcosm of the heritage and the community of Whitefield itself. So the way that VR creates and designs its centers is basically taking into account the history and heritage of the community it's sitting in, and then trying to weave that into both the architectural design and the programming. So, of course, there's a lot of retail and a lot of F&B, but there's a lot of other stuff. There is the Whitefield Arms, which is a throw to the heritage of Whitefield, the Waverley Inn, Churchill coming here and quoting the innkeeper's daughter, Rose Hamilton. So we have all of that. We have suites and residences, which are actually called the Waverley, as an ode to the inn that existed here, still exists as a private residence. But that is very much part of the integrated community. Then there's the Hive, which is the collaborative workspaces. This is the entrepreneurial hub of India. Whitefield within Bengaluru is the largest sort of entrepreneurial center. So there's a lot more than just retail, but I think the idea really is that to create a space that reflects the aspirations of the community that it sits in, that reflects both the history and the future that may be, and it's our ode to the city of Bengaluru, to Whitefield, and we've tried our best to weave those sometimes disparate strands, but when they come together it's quite special, so here we are.
So this is the Bangalore VR Retail. You have one in Surat. Which are the other cities you're looking to expand in? What are your investment plans for VR Retail specifically?
Sure, so as you said, we opened one in Surat a couple of years ago. This one just soft launched a few months ago, and Chennai, which has been under development for the last couple of years, which is in Anna Nagar, heart of the city, double the size of VR Bengaluru at 2 million square feet. So that we're going to open next year, second half of next year. And then we are continuously looking for other locations, other cities. We have two joint ventures, one in Pune, one in the city of Bangalore, but on the other side of the city, in the western part, in Kanakpura. So those two will open in the next couple of years as well. They are under construction already. In fact, Pune, I think, opens next year as well, and Kanakpura will open the year after. And we are actively looking for new communities to be part of, whether it's in Delhi or Bombay or Hyderabad or Calcutta. We have a project in Calcutta which has been delayed for reasons other than our ability to get it done. So we hope that that will also take off soon under the new government. But we're very excited.
You've invested about 600 million in equity at the start of this project. I mean, this retail space is hard to make money in. This has been a tough space to work in India. And of the 600, 700 odd malls in the country, I mean, a handful would have broken even. What drives this optimism for you where many have come and burnt their hands? Why are you so bullish?
So, I think there are a couple of things. Firstly, we are not in the mall business, right? We are in creating experiences business.
Right.
So that's a big difference between how, there's a big umbrella thing of shopping malls is I don't actually agree with it. It doesn't resonate with me. I think we're in the business of creating experiences. I think globally, people who are designing, developing and owning retail centers need to move towards curating experiences rather than just offering shopping. Most of those shopping centers that you mentioned are nothing but taking traditional high street retail and putting it in an air-conditioned environment.
Yeah.
That's not what we are trying to do here, right? A. B, a lot of them are strata sold because not for any other reason, but for the lack of permanent financing in India at the moment. So developers don't have a choice, but they have to strata sell to finance their properties.
Sure,
or
especially in the lack of banks coming forward.
That's right, but that doesn't really work with this kind of a community approach because you really need all of it to hang together. And 3, you need to get the location right.
There is 2 billion of investment work that you put in India.
So Xander as a company, as a group, has multiple businesses, right? One part of our business is the private equity business. The other side are the opportunistic funds where we raise a pool of capital which has multiple investors in it, designed to invest opportunistically across the geography of India and across asset class in primarily real estate, but we have done infrastructure as well. So we own 2 of the largest toll road portfolios in the country. In the retail business, we have a bunch of investments, Virtuous Retail being our largest platform, and then we've made some other investments in edutainment formats like Kidzania, for example.
What are the exits you're looking at during the course of this year or next year? Anything in the near future from what
Sure.
you've
So at any given point in time, everything we own is for sale. That's just the nature of our business, right? What does that mean? That means it's for sale at the right price.
Correct.
I think if we believe that something is fully priced from a risk-return matrix, we will put it up for sale. We often get unsolicited inquiries for sale of assets that we own because some of our investments and many of our assets are very special and have done rather well. We've had over the last many years many exits and most of them, actually all of them but one, has been profitable.
Which is this one investment that hasn't?
Ooh, you're picking up, huh?
No.
That's just from a regulatory reason. The project became a size that was not FDI compliant anymore. So we had to stop investing in the project because the rules changed.
Right.
We were outside the city limits, so the different rules applied, and then the city limits were redefined. So we ended up becoming inside the city limits, and then we couldn't invest anymore. So we had to exit without actually creating the asset.
Is REITs a logical step? I mean, next step you would be looking at to exit some of your investments?
I think REITs are always a potential opportunity. In India, obviously the government has made some strides towards enabling REIT law.
Yeah.
The finance minister in this budget also created some additional incentives. But I think there are some issues still to be worked out. However, as an institutional investor and our Asia business is headquartered out of Singapore, we could also look at a Singapore REIT listing.
Okay.
So it's not just about listing in India.
Is there a REIT listing that is on the cards in the near term?
Could be. The market conditions need to be appropriate. The nature of assets needs to be right. There are qualifications in every REIT market for meeting particular conditions. So right now may not be the most conducive time to list in a REIT.
At a listing, it would not be in India, it would probably be in Singapore.
No, I didn't. It could be in India. It could also be just an IPO in India because there are different businesses. In fact, last year one of our portfolio companies IPO'd, which was one of the toll road companies.
Yeah.
So they had a very successful IPO in tough market conditions, and we were very pleased with both the management and our investment.
Is there another IPO on the cards for the other toll business you're in? Or
if there was, I'm not allowed to talk about it, am I?
Okay, also, talking about private equity, you have a big play here. Many people have come and burned their fingers, as I mentioned earlier. What are you doing differently? What is your secret sauce? Is it your contrarian bets really that have, played off well here?
So to keep it secret, I shouldn't be talking about it. But here are a couple of things that I can actually mention to you. The first being that I think a lot of private equity players have complained about having burnt their fingers.
Yes.
How have my humble submission is you can't be a long-distance investor in India. This is a tough market by any stretch of imagination. Yes. It's a tough market to execute in because of all the issues and hurdles that we all know about. The government's trying to do a lot to try and ease some of that. I think ease of doing business is something that the government has been focused on, but also just executing on any plan, rolling out something. It's all very well to have a business plan, but can you actually get on the ground and execute it, right? And I think a lot of investors have tried to approach India being passive investors from a long distance. I think that strategy, in my humble opinion, doesn't work at this point in time for the evolution of this, in where we are in the evolution of this market. Capital should not be the only reason to be in this business.
All right, on that note, we'll take a quick break, but we'll come back with more interesting trivia from your college where you created some history, I believe. We'll be right back. Please stay tuned. You were surprised when you made the president of Harvard Business School?
Oh, I was surprised. I was like, who would elect me? Why?
CNBC TV 18 Weekender.